Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our continuing examination and discussion related to the Moors in Scripture or the Morians in Scripture, also known as Cush or Ethiopians, also including Nimrod, Martu, Marduk. One of the reasons why individuals might not have seen Morian or Moor in Scripture before is because the word is variously included in scripture. And so there are some translations that include Morian or Moor, and then there are some translations that leave Morian or Moor out. Now, many people are encouraged to focus on the King James 1611 scripture. This is important to note because this particular scripture leaves out Morian and Moor and replaces it with Cushite or Ethiopian. This inserting and then removing Morian or Moor from scripture has a number of implications, because what happens is when individuals are reading, they may not recognize that this entity known as Morian or Moor is actually in scripture. And there are some important points about Morian or Moor in scripture related to the narratives, and then there are some significant prophecies related to Moor in scripture. In addition to the inclusion and exclusion, there are various spellings with respect to Moor and Morian. And so with respect to scripture, there are two spellings that you might note. One is Morian, the other one is Moryan. It's also noteworthy that Morian is an anagram for Romani. The King James Version of the Bible is supposed to be based upon the Geneva Bible and the Bishop's Bible. However, with respect to this word Morian, this is where you see these departures. And so instead of Morian or Moor, in the King James Bible, what you see is Ethiopian, Ethiopia, and Cush or Cushite. We're just going to go over some of the scriptures so that you can see the contrast with respect to the different translations. This one is with respect to Jeremiah 39:16, and you can see in the Amplified version, the easy to read version, and there will be several others, the term Ethiopian is used. And here you can see in the NIV the use of the word Cushite. Here you see in the Lamsa translation the use of Ethiopian. On the left, you see the Hebrew Names version. It uses Cushite with the K versus the C. And then in the JPS Old Testament from 1917, you see again Ethiopian. The New American Standard Version also uses Ethiopian. You can see here in the Berean Study Bible the use of the word Cushite. Here you can see in Young's literal translation Cushite, again with the C. Here you can see in the Amplified, and this is from another scripture, it's using Cushite with the C. English Standard using Ethiopian. Again, you can see in the Lamsa, another translation using Ethiopian, Hebrew Names, Cushite with the K. You can see the KJV 1611 using Ethiopian. Now we're going to see where Morian is included and Ethiopian and Cushite are not included. And so this is in the Coverdale, and this is Morian. As you can see here at Numbers 12:1, and Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of his wife, the Morian, which he had taken. And the Coverdale is from 1535. But again, you see here this use of the word Morian, Morian. Individuals might want to make note of the fact that this particular name, this people group, figures prominently in a few significant prophecies. And so, if individuals don't know that Morian is Ethiopian, is Cushite, they might not recognize the importance of the scripture or the importance of the narrative or the importance of the prophecy for this particular group known as Morian or Moor. And so, this is at Jeremiah 39:16, and you can see in the Bishop's Bible, Morian, Morian. And here you see another notation with Morian. This time it's Moryan, and this is in Second Chronicles, and this is Coverdale again. Not only do you see Morian in the Coverdale, Morian is also in the Geneva Bible along with the Bishop's Bible. And so here you see at Zephaniah 2:12-14 the Morians. And here you see again Morians in the Bishop's Bible, another prophecy, and this is also in Jeremiah, Morian. One question is, since the KJV is supposed to be founded in large part upon the Geneva Bible, the Bishop's Bible, what happened that they decided to take Morian out and then replace it with Ethiopian or Cushite? And then, of course, you have other Bibles doing that. But these specific ones make note of the fact that the entity that we often refer to as Ethiopian, as Cushite, that entity is understood in this context, in these scripture readings, the narratives, and the prophecies. This entity is understood as the Moor. And here you can see in the Bishop's Bible, another older Bible, you can see that specifically, not only is it Morian, but Black Morian. And you can also see where that BLACKE MOOR comes from. It's really an E at the end of it, but you can replace the E with an A, and it's really just Black Moor. But based upon the way it's looking with the A there, it looks like BLACKE MOOR. And here again, you see in the Geneva Bible at 1587 the reference to Black Moor, BLACKE, and then a capital MORE.